The era of 3D fighting games started in the mid-90s and has mainly been dominated by two rival factions. The Virtua Fighter series that began the whole genre, and Namco's Tekken series. But even for those of you who don't venture into the arcades, both of these titles will be vying for attention on PlayStation 2. At the time of going to tape here at Cheats, Namco had yet to announce when exactly this would be happening with their title. Sega, however, have confirmed the January 2002 date for the release of Virtua Fighter 4. We sought the opinion of Derrick Lynch, something of an expert in this field, to see what he made of each of their individual merits.
I'd say it is a true sequel to Virtua Fighter 2. And all the Virtua Fighter fans might not like me for that, but I'd say it really is the next leap. Tekken 4, I think the stylists have done a much better job. The costumes, the clothing, the design of the dress, and the music, I think is superior to Virtua Fighter. I like rock music, but I think somehow Virtua Fighter 4 haven't got the music quite right to inspire you. But fortunately it's quite a low volume, and you can really hear your punches and your attacks connect. But in terms of gameplay and close fighting and technical expression, Virtua Fighter 4 is superior.
Yes, if anything else, Virtua Fighter 4 is an amazing showcase of Sega's Naomi 2 arcade hardware.
Come on, let's begin.
Looking at locations such as this undersea arena. But most impressively of all, this club environment. Totally packed out by what seems like hundreds of spectators. Ooh, lighting effects to die for. Not that you could ever call the arenas in Tekken 4 shabby. You see, graphical firepower is a resource you need to employ carefully. Showing off doesn't always pay off.
Virtua Fighter 4, I think the stylists, there's no stylist. Basically, it's the technical team showing off what they can do with fabrics. So we could say a fabric designer would have designed a costume for Virtua Fighter 4, while a stylist or a fashion designer may have designed the costume for Tekken 4.
Sorry to have veered away from the fighting aspect in this feature, but it's really something that needs its own show to properly chew the fat over. However, if you reckon yourself a seasoned pro on either of these titles, Derrick here is behind a games tournament that might just be for you.
Well, the Dynamic League is a fresh approach and a fresh tournament system that is more inclusive. You can come in at the beginning of the event or come in later on in the event, and it makes no difference. It's all up to how you play against a particular individual. If a player is doing very well and he's won a number of fights and he gets a high rating, say a rating of 95, if he gets a rating of 95 and you beat that guy, you inherit that 95 points. So rather than have a system where people are playing lots of weak players to rack up wins, the Dynamic League tracks the quality and the skill of the player that you're challenging.
The format of the Dynamic League game tournaments has been running since 1994. But the name has evolved, as it was once known as Iron Man, an event that received coverage on TV back in the days of Dominic Diamond and Gamesmaster. Well, with action like this, we reckon it'd make for far better TV entertainment than a lot of what currently pollutes our screens. When is this ever going to get a fair chance of fame instead? You can't deny that this type of visual spectacle doesn't deserve attention.